Hello.
Cool. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
I was wondering, nobody has joined so far.
Oh, all right. You thought maybe not even I was going to show up.
Yeah, I was thinking like you are also not there. Nobody has come. What is going on?
Is it the right day? Yeah. I am cold for no good reason. I just cannot warm up. I might have to have like a coffee after class or something.
Mhm.
It's actually,
And from today, we are again going live streaming on YouTube.
oh, as of today? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. So I shouldn't say anything too crazy.
No, you can say it's up to you.
All right. So even if nobody shows up,
Oh,
we'll
two
still
people are here
record.
now.
Okay. All right.
Just join while you are saying it.
Yes. Sounds good.
Okay. I will let them in.
All right.
And I will start the live stream.
Okay.
Yeah, you can start whenever you want.
Go. Sure. Thank you. All right. Hopefully a few more join us. We'll just let people get settled in and connected. While you're doing that, I'll just let you know about equipment for today. So for today's class, we're going to do a little bit of kayak paddling. So I have my dowel set to go, and then I'm going to be using a band. And then possibly if you have something like a pillow or a towel or something like that that you can roll up, those are our three things that we need for today. So physio band, dowel or broomstick, whatever is just like a rigid length to space your hands apart. And then option of a pillow or towel or something like that, just as a little bit of spacer. We're going to do a tiny bit of lower body engagement exercises today near to the end of class. And we don't need any of this stuff right now. So you can just set that down. Make sure you have a water bottle handy as well. And other than that, I will introduce myself just in case we haven't met. It's Julie from Ocean Rehab and Fitness. Thanks for joining me today. So as I mentioned, today's class, we're going to be doing a bit of kayak paddling. So the class will follow a format similar to what I typically do. We'll warm up together. Then we're going to do a heart rate raising portion. So a little bit of cardio using our paddle or paddle equivalent. And then we're going to move into some resistance training and finish off with stretch. So that will be our plan for today. You can move back in your chair so you have full back support. If you're in a wheelchair right now, make sure the wheels are locked and you're in a safe place to do exercise. You can take your eyes to close for a moment if you're comfortable with that, and just focus on your breathing. Nice even breaths in and out. And I think we'll do a little bit of a body scan to start class today. So once you have a few nice even breaths in and out that you've completed, you can start to do a little scan. Maybe you go head to toe and see how you feel today. So maybe you're checking in on energy levels and hydration. Maybe you're, kind of noticing how certain joints and muscles feel right now. And if you need to make any adjustments as we begin class today. And then we'll do another check-in at the end of class just to see how it feels after. So sometimes depending on what's going on in your body, some joints might feel a little bit stiff and muscles, and after exercise, they might feel quite a bit better. And in other cases, maybe you've had a bit of an injury and you need to make sure you're being gentle to that injured area as it moves within comfortable range. So a good check at the end of class to make sure that you kind of met that goal and that we haven't caused any harm doing some extra exercise today. So with that being said, let's take a couple of more nice big breaths in and out with your eyes closed now that you've done your body scan. And maybe every breath in makes you sit just a little bit taller in your chair, and every breath out, you can hold that length. So a nice even breath in and out here. Let's do two more. And one. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed if you like as we start to draw tiny circles on the ceiling with the crown of our head. So thinking about really extending the crown of your head up nice and tall and then making small circles with your head and neck. And then back the other direction. The last one like that. Good, we're going back that first direction again with bigger circles this time. So again, a nice time to kind of pay attention to how this feels. If there's any spots that feel like they need a little bit extra, maybe you're staying there for an extra moment to give it a bit of a stretch out. And then back the other direction here. Good, we'll do one more like that. Hi, Doreen.
Hi.
Back through center. Awesome. All right, from here, let's do just that little bit of shoulders in where we really don't want them throughout class, and then shoulder blades pull back through center. So pulling our shoulder blades to our backbone and then releasing them with maybe just a tiny bit of a shoulder roll, but very little. So we're trying to keep more or less nice long posture and then pulling those shoulder blades back to center. Good, last two. And one. All right, and then the same thing as we shrug our shoulders slightly up, just a gentle upward shrug, and then a downward set. Upward shrug, downward set. Good, two more. And one. All right, if it's available to you, you're welcome to slide slightly away from your chair back now. We're gonna do a little bit of hinge work next. So hands are on your lap for support as you hinge and come back to nice upright position. If it's best for you to stay near your chair back, maybe you're engaging belly button to backbone to press into your chair back and then return back to center position. Just being careful if you have a shorter chair back that it's not causing a tip hazard there. Good, let's do last two. And one. All right, we're gonna do one arm at a time to do a little bit of a forward reach, slight hinge, shoulder blade comes away from center, and then a big pull into center, shoulder blade squeezes towards your backbone. So right now I'm reaching still kind of at lap level forward. I'm just gonna do one more like that. And then if that's feeling good and you want to add a little more, kind of depth to your reach, you're gonna reach down diagonally past your shin. We're still keeping our shoulders more or less squared up here, so we're not rotating through our spine. Last two. And one. All right, keeping those core muscles engaged. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So we'll do a few hinge and reach. Hinge is always optional. You can stay at your chair back if that's best for you. We're doing them at lap level for now. And we'll do one more like that. And then we'll move just a little bit lower diagonal. So we're getting just a little bit lower in our hinge too, or staying upright and doing a diagonally low reach from an upright position. Let's do last three, two, and one. All right, set those shoulders, pick a side. We're gonna take one arm and reach it up and over. Good, we're gonna do two more like that. And one. And then we're going to move shoulder set into a closer body position. So this is almost like your hand is grazing your face as you're coming straight up. So a bit of a slice upwards. Good. If you have a shoulder that maybe is injured or doesn't have full mobility, you're going to take this to whatever is a comfortable range for you where Your arm is doing the work, your shoulder is staying set in place. Good. Last two. And one. All right, and then on this same side, we have one more thing to do. This is a multi-step, so here we go. We're gonna get just a little bit farther in front of us than we were before. So our elbow was tucked in before. So we're gonna go open, up, down, close. Open, up, down, close. Three more. Good. Two. And one. All right, let's see if I can remember what we did for the other side. Here we go. We're in that open position to start with to reach up and over. Believe that was our first one. We'll do two more here. And one. Good. And then our next one was our close position. So elbow is in nice and close to our side. Hand is slicing straight for the ceiling. We're paying attention to how this shoulder feels and how it's staying in its down set position as opposed to coming up by our ear every time we reach up. Two more. And one. Good. And then we're resetting that to do that multi-step one. So we have elbow farther away, kind of pointing out front. We're going to open, reach up and over, come down, and then close. Good. Let's do three more here. Last three. And two. And last one here. Awesome. Okay, shake that one out. We're getting ready to grab our paddle next. Not quite ready for our cardio kayak yet, but we're getting there. I'm gonna grab a drink of water. You can grab your paddle equivalent, whether that's a broomstick or a cane or a dowel, an umbrella, that works too. Okay, so let's just do a little bit more warm up here. We're just gonna do lift and lower for a moment. So we're gonna lift up to about eye level with extended arms. So we're lifting up front. Okay, let's do 3, 2, and 1. All right, depending on your hand position, you might need to slide in just a little bit so your hands are spaced at about shoulder width. We're gonna do that same thing, but we're not lifting quite so high this time. So we're lifting up to about shoulder level and then bending to hit ourselves in the head with the dowel and then back down again. So up, bend, straighten, down. Try to keep those elbows facing forwards. So we're getting a little bit of tricep warm up here. And some shoulders still. Oop, forgot one piece. There we go. Last two. And one. Good. Now, one thing I forgot to do for warm up, we're going to do that right now here. If you are able to come slightly away from your chair back, you're welcome to do that now if you're not already there. Let's do just a little bit of rotational warm up. So we did not do that yet. And we're going to do a little bit of rotation as an option with our kayak paddle here. So let's take that paddle out front. You can use it for actually, you can use it two different ways. You can have it out front hovering above your lap, or you can have it at your lap for support. So if you're doing this with the paddle firmly at your lap, we're just going to do a little bit of rotational work here. If the paddle is out front and not at your lap, we have a little bit more room to move, but we don't have as much support. So I'll let you decide from those two choices which one is best for you. So we're just doing a little gentle rotation, doesn't need to be very far. Side through center, alternating sides. I'm just gonna do the last one each way. All right, good. From here, just give me a regular kayak paddle. I have our intervals planned today, so those are the ones where I have 4 different variations of cardio paddling that we're going to do in 45-second intervals. Then we're going to take a 45-second rest and do it all again with the plan to do it 4 times through. I usually change it up on the 4th time as well. Okay, so you can keep paddling or give yourself a reset, have a drink of water, whatever you need to do. I'm gonna set down my paddle for a moment and just get my timer going. Timer. Okay, so I'll intro each one on the fly here for our first time around. 45 seconds is on my timer. I'm starting it now. And we are starting with a forward press and an upward press. That's our first one here. So you can stay upright at your chair back. You can get some speed going here. Keep those shoulders low. If you would like to hinge and reach, you're welcome to do that too. So hinge to come forward, sit up tall to reach up. Good. Regardless of which way you're doing this one, keep those shoulders away from your ears. We have 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Our next one is one of my favorite patterns for kayak paddling. So it's 4 strokes close and then 4 strokes long off to the side. So we'll do that one together. 4 close, 1, 2, 3, and 4 long to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. For now, we'll stay upright for all of them. So challenging our core muscles as we move in those bigger arc patterns. Good. 4 close. 4 extended to the side. 3, 2, and 1. All right, our next one is our circular movement. If you would like to be slightly away from your chair back for this one, we had a little extra core engagement. So we're rolling forward. We can do this fairly quickly, little small moves and get lots of speed going here. I think we'll just stay going in one direction for now, and we'll kind of make note and go the opposite way if we can the next round. So lots of core support here as you're moving, regardless of whether it's upright, no hinge, or hinging and chair sit back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And finishing off this round with our 4 close paddles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 4 long reaches to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. So big arm movements for those reaching strokes to the front. Close to your knees and then farther away. Close and then reach. Keep going. 4 of each. We have 10 more seconds here, and then it's time for our first rest and reset already. Good, last one here. Awesome. All right, so that is our first round. You're welcome to keep paddling. If you are here to do some cardio and you want to keep your heart rate up, go right ahead. If you want to shake it out, grab a drink of water, whatever you need to do. So maybe some shoulder shrugs to the back. I'm just gonna make my timer so I can see it better here. Good, so that's round 1 of 4. We got about 10 seconds left, and we'll be starting again with our forward press and then upward press. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're reaching forward, reaching up. You can do this with speed and upright positioning, or you can do it with a big hinge. So taking a little bit more time, but more muscle work as well. Good, working at your own pace. We have about 10 more seconds left on this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. That next one was our 4 close paddles and then 4 long reaching to the side. Good, 4 close. 4 off to the side. Hips stay even on your chair, so we're not leaning into that side to side paddle. All right, keep going here. About 15 more seconds on this one. And then we got our circular one, so you can kind of start thinking about which direction you went last time, and maybe you'll change it up this time. Not a big deal if you go the same way again. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, I'm gonna back it up this time. So we're going in a circle, opposite direction with the option of staying upright or doing a little hinge and chair sit back. So that is taking extra core control. Maybe you're more upright and you're going faster instead. We can do this lots of different speeds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And finishing off this one with 4 closed paddles and 4 long reaching paddles to the front. Close to the knees, long reaching up front. Keep going here. After this, we have our rest interval. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, shake it out, grab a drink, catch your breath. Yeah, we have about 10 more seconds left and we'll start again. Same thing, round 3. Starting in 3, 2, and 1, we have our forward press, upward press. Maybe you're hinging and coming up tall, or maybe you're staying up tall for all of the movement. Keep those shoulders set down away from your ears, even for those overhead reaches. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, coming to our close paddle for 4, and then long reaching off to the side for 4. Close for 4, to the side for 4. We're going to keep that even weighting on our hips as much as possible, side to side. A nice long spine here. Head extended towards the ceiling. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, time for those circles. I'm going forward again. You can pick which direction you like best. Good. If you're away from your chair back, you have that option of forward hinge and then a bit of a sit back as well, or at the chair back for full support. Regardless, still keeping that engagement through the core. So belly button slightly into the backbone, not enough to change your breathing, just enough to get that extra feeling of support. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. You can reset that. And we're finishing this one off already with 4 close paddles and then 4 long reaching paddles to the front. Close for 4 and long reaching for 4. Keep going here just a little bit more. Five more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Paddle can come down to your lap. Shake it out. Maybe some shoulder circles. Grab a drink. Give yourself a hug. Maybe do it with the other arm on top. We have one more round to go. This is the round where I usually give you the option of either keeping at your higher tempo. So if you want to continue with the heart rate raising activity, you'll keep at the same tempo as we just were. Or I believe this is already time 4, or we usually slow it down a little bit for time 4 and think a little bit more about the muscles that we're using. So just increasing that muscle engagement a little bit. So that's what I will be doing for this next round. Okay, here we go. Last round. Shoulders are set. Slow motion is really what this one's about, but actually I'm going to change it up just a little bit too. So we're going to go forward press with a hinge if you can, and then an upward reach with one side kind of guiding. Good. Keeping those core muscles helping to support you here. Just a few more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go all to the long paddles to the side for this 45-second interval, where maybe now you're starting to side flex a little bit. That doesn't mean you're lifting one butt cheek off the chair. You're trying to keep as even as you can. There is a weighting change, but not enough to lift one cheek up, right? So a little bit of side flex, mostly through mid-spine and using our side core muscles or obliques to help pull us back up to center. Again, you could be moving faster and doing the pattern that we've been doing for the last 3 times instead. So you're welcome to do that instead. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Our next one is our circles. We are just making them a little bigger and a little slower if you can. So if that means that you are sitting back and hinging forward, doesn't mean you have to go any farther forward or back than you did before. Just slow it down. Keep those shoulders away from your ears. Really pay attention to those core muscles and the length of your spine. And we're actually going to just switch directions now. So back it up, go the other way. Good, we have 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. All right, and for our forward paddle, we're going to slow it down and do forward paddle, maybe with a follow through. So not only hinge, but also rotate if you feel like that's something that you can stabilize to do. Stay more upright. You're welcome to do reach and rotate from an upright position too, so you don't have to hinge in order to do this one. Awesome. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, that is all we need the paddle for today. You can set it down. We're finished our intervals. I'm stopping my timer. And we're getting ready to use the band. Maybe you want to do a little stretch out first. I feel like my shoulders and lat muscles need a little stretch here. So if your shoulders are both agreeable to reaching up overhead, maybe you're doing just a little bit of a slow side flex. So getting just a little bit of stretch up the lat muscles. Good. Bring it down. We'll, of course, do a more extensive stretch at the end. I'm going to grab my water first. And then before we do any band work, I think I'm going to do just a little bit of lower body work. So this is one where there's lots of different options, hopefully something for everyone. I have my pillow. If you have a towel, a pillow, something like that that you can use as a spacer, great. If you don't, that is okay. That's service. All right, good. So this one, let's do in stages as we usually do. As you know, I don't always do lower body work. I know that that's not something in this class that's accessible to everyone. If whatever I'm doing is not feeling like something that is going to provide useful for you today, you're focused on core work. So if you're back on your chair and are taking a break from the exercise that I'm demoing and you'd like to do belly button to backbone, hold, breathe, release, or butt squeeze, which we're all going to be doing in a minute anyway, hold, breathe, and release. Those are both good ones to practice. If you have the pillow, towel, whatever, and you want to wedge it, I'm just going to change the angle of my camera just slightly. Goodness, there we go. All right, wedge it at your knees. This one works just fine if you're back on your chair. We have to stabilize a little bit more in all kinds of different ways if we're slightly forward. So if that's available to you, you're welcome to do that too. You can still hold on for a little bit of extra stability if you need that. So we're just going to do that inner thigh squeeze and release to start with. Squeeze and release, where we're thinking about our inner thighs pushing against the resistance of the object that's between your knees right now, just getting a little bit of workload going there. And when they're coming out to the side, for one, we don't want to drop whatever it is we're holding, so we're probably not going too far anyway, but we're just coming out to kind of like our neutral leg alignment position. Okay, so we'll do last 2 and 1. If you're comfortable leaving it there, just leave it in place, and let's move down to our feet. So regardless of whether your feet are on the foot pad of your chair or on the floor right now, we're looking for the triangle points of our feet. So if this is my foot, we're looking for the base of the big toe, the base of the baby toe, and your heel to, as evenly as they can, press down into the ground and release. So right now our inner thighs aren't doing anything other than just trying not to drop the thing that's here, okay? So press down, triangle points, and release. Good, again. So feet are nice and even to each other in a hip width stance apart. So fairly even distance apart from each other. And we're just gonna do 2 more like that. Press, release, and press and release. Okay, so any one of these things by themselves you're welcome to do. I'm just going to do one more as a bit of a combo. If you feel like that's kind of watering down each exercise and you'd rather do your favorite of the ones that we've just done, so some butt squeeze, we're going to do some of those, the knee press or the triangle points of your feet. Any one of those is fine. But for now, what I'd like to do is do actually butt squeeze and then inner thigh squeeze, release, and then butt release. So it takes a little bit of brain coordination too, right? So inner thigh squeeze, glute muscles squeeze, inner thighs release, glute muscles release. If it happens at the same time, that's okay. Inner thighs squeeze, glute muscles squeeze, inner thighs release, glute muscles release. We're just gonna do two more. Inner thighs squeeze, glute muscles squeeze, inner thighs release, and glute muscles release. And last one here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, that is all we need our knee spacer for today. So you can set that away. Time is flying by. I would like to get a little bit of banded work done. So let's grab our physio band and get going at that. Okay, so for our first exercise today, we're gonna be staying at the same hand spacing for a while. So if that means it's easier for you to do a little wrap so you don't have to hold, if grip strength is an issue for you, you're welcome to do that. We don't need too much band in between our two hands for this one. I'm trying to decide how much I want. Because we're gonna be doing relatively close moves. One hand is at our chest across body. The other one is getting ready to do two different things. We're going to do a straightforward punch. So this will be your one to know whether you have enough band. And then a straight for the ceiling punch. Doesn't have to be to full extension. So change up the band as you need so that you know you have enough to do both those things. Press straight forward. Press for the ceiling. Good. Press straight forward. Press for the ceiling. Keep going. Let's do 6. Keep that shoulder low. 5, 4. You're going to keep going. Last 3. I'm going to move my screen. And 2. And 1. Okay, so if your hands were wrapped, you shouldn't have to really do anything other than move on to the other side. Do the same thing. Shoulder is set, core muscles are engaged here. You can be back on your chair or forward. We're doing same, press for the front, press for the ceiling. We did about 8 on the other side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and last one for 8. Good. Take that down, shake it out. For the next one, we might need just a little bit more band between our two hands. I'm gonna do a full reset here. And also, if you were kind of appreciating the extra stability that might come from having those triangle points of your feet pressing down into either the floor or your foot pads, maybe you're paying attention to that one just a little bit as we do these next 2 exercises. So this time, we're gonna come to hip crossbody. So you're kind of just going to hold on to like your belt loop on the opposite side. We're going to do 2 different things here too, but we're going to do them as separate exercises this time and not a dual one. So you're going to reach forward to start with and just extend. So we're getting just the full resistance at the end range, whatever that end range is for you. So I don't want it to be anything that's uncomfortable. Good, so we'll do 4, 3. That shoulder blade's pulling to backbone a little bit each time too, although we're not doing a row right now. And 1. Good. And then we're going to stay on that same side and do 8 of the next one, which starts in a close elbow position. So it's like a narrow W to a wide W. So I'm going to punch my hand out to the side and pull it back in. Maybe it's to full extension, but maybe that shoulder doesn't want your arm to go quite that far. That's okay. So whatever is feeling like a good range for you. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good, and then switching up to the other side, probably not having to change the spacing of our hands too much unless you maybe have a shoulder injury on this side where you need to give yourself some more slack on the band. So shoulders set, we had the hand starting out front and we were pulling back, shoulder blade pulls to backbone, nice low positioning for the shoulder. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, little reset there. Shoulder is set, elbow starts a little more glued to our side for this one. As we punch out to the side, so outward press to that wide W or full extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and last one here, 8. Good. All right. If your hands are wrapped, you're going to give it 1 or 2 more wraps. So you have less band in between your 2 hands, or just holding the band with a little bit less between. We're going to finish this one off with rotator cuff. So that's elbows glued to your side. Both hands are palms facing in right now to float both hands out and in, out and in. So give yourself, again, that comfortable amount of band where you're getting resistance, but it's still working in a nice range for you. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're gonna do one more set of those. So perhaps you're gonna keep your hands wrapped. I'm gonna have to unwrap just so you can see what's happening. Otherwise, it's all just band. We're gonna do palms facing up for the last time. So last run through of rotator cuff, elbows glued, palms up. So just a gentle grip on that band. And we'll do them both at the same time here to out and in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, that went by fast. We're all done with that band already. I'm gonna grab another quick drink and we'll get ready to stretch. We're going to start with a few rear shoulder circles with an option of a little bit of rotation here too. So one hand is on your lap or on the arm of your chair for some support. And do some nice big shoulder circles to the back where maybe you're rotating towards the back as you reach that way. Good. We'll do 2 more here. And 1. Whatever side you picked as your moving arm, you're going to stick with this side for 2 more stretches. So let's go big sweeping move off to the side so that you're tapping your opposite shoulder and then hugging it across. If you find that this made your shoulder come up and your arm is now very close to your face, reset and do it again. Good. If this feels nice and you want to add one extra thing, you're going to rotate kind of the opposite direction to what you were just doing, kind of into the stretch. Good, and then you can ease your way out of that stretch. We'll do one more while we're here, and that's our long arm press back. So reaching back with maybe that thumb rotating in to get just a little more reach and stretch. And take a breath or 2 here. And bring that one back. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So we started with those big single arm windmill arms, maybe with some rotation towards the side that you're moving. 3 more. 2 and 1. All right, and then we took that same arm and now brought it crossbody for a nice hug. Get stretched through rear shoulder and rhomboid between shoulder blade and backbone. Awesome. Oh yes, I forgot to tell you about the rotation away from that stretch. That's okay. You can stay there for a moment if you like, or if you're done with that stretch, you can come on out of that one. So coming back through center and then unwinding. And we'll finish off with that same side, reaching diagonally back with the option of turning your thumb in towards you and reaching just that little bit farther. Good. Ease your way out of that one. Take one side. You might go back to the side you were you started on and put that hand in your imaginary back pocket or onto your hip, whichever is best for you. Elbow pulls back. We're going to look down towards our opposite hip for this one. So we're getting a stretch through kind of the mid back of your neck, through some trapezius muscles there. And maybe through your chest as well. All right, come on back through center. We're gonna do the same stretch on the other side. So hand comes into your back pocket or onto your hip. Elbow pulls back just a little bit. Head drops, chin drops towards the opposite side. So looking down towards your hip. Good. Ease your way back through center and unwind that one. We're gonna take our hands and just actually let's do a little finger shuffle first here. So if your fingers are kind of interlaced, just give them a little shake out. And then maybe you'll do like the wave. Get some finger stretch going on here too. So if you can kind of get those fingers to flex. All right. And then either with your hands still, fingers interlaced, or one hand over top of the other, if that's better, you're gonna open them up, or sorry, I guess stack them to the front, and then pull the knuckles of one hand down. So we're just looking for a stretch through that upper, or the top forearm, really. Much better when your elbow is straight for this stretch as opposed to a bent elbow. I don't get a lot of forearm stretch on that one. And try to keep that shoulder low. Good, you can ease out of that stretch and just flip your sandwich the other direction so that you're pulling the knuckles of the other hand down, getting that stretch through the forearm on this side. Awesome, ease your way out of that one. 3 different options for the next one, giving something hopefully for everyone. If you need the support of your chair back, you're going to have hands on your lap to get some good extension through your spine. Breath in, belly button to backbone, breath out to release. If you're okay with the hinge, 2 options. We're gonna either do a forward hinge where we hang out maybe in a little bit of this hinge position to let our low back release and stretch out through our hips. Or if you like the cat-cow move, so maybe you'll come up and kind of roll your spine through. You're gonna scoop forward and bring your chest forward. And then you're going to slowly roll up to a seated position. You're welcome to do either of those two things. Three things. Okay, we're just going to move through this just for a few. Taking some nice even breaths in and out, whichever one of those three that you've chosen. Let's do it 2 more times. Good, so you can finish off your last one there. And then you can come back up tall in your chair, full back support. And we'll just finish off here. I promise that we do a little bit of a check-in at the end as well. So full back support, maybe eyes to closed, shoulders are relaxed away from your ears. And just taking some nice even breaths in and out. And then just like we did at the beginning of class, doing a little bit of a body scan and a check-in with yourself to see how you feel after class today. So if you made any notes of either some muscle tightness or joint pain or stiffness, just check in and see how that feels now. Depending on the origin, perhaps movement made it feel a little bit better and you feel like maybe your joints are more lubricated now, muscles are a bit stretched out. Or if you feel like something got maybe a little bit sore through the course of the class, you can think a little bit about some of the movements we did and how you would change that for next time to make sure that you're feeling good by the time we're finished here. So one more big breath in and out with your eyes closed. Great. And then you can take your eyes to open and we'll finish as we always do. 3 big breaths in, starting down low, reaching for the ceiling. All right, last one. Good, thanks for joining me today, everyone. We're back streaming live on Facebook today, so maybe there was a few others that were joining us or will be sometime soon. So,
YouTube.
oh, YouTube, sorry, not Facebook, YouTube. Gotcha. That makes sense since there's a little YouTube icon in the corner of my screen. Yes. All right. Yeah. If you have any questions or thoughts, feel free to hop on. Otherwise, thanks for coming.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Nice to see you. Nice to see all of you.
Thanks.
Hey, JQ.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Ken.
See you guys
I
next
was
week.
having my shoulders clicking today. And I have a really hard time keeping my knees from hitting each other when I'm trying to brace my feet. When we're doing the foot thing or any of the forward hinging, my legs are collapsing forward, which is, I guess I've got really weak muscles on the inside of my legs. I don't know. Or tight on the inside of my legs and weak on the outside of my legs. I guess that's what's going on.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt to have, like I have this. I don't use it because I know most people don't have a ball this size in their house, so I don't tell you to grab that. But, this is kind of the ideal or like a yoga block for spacing between the knees too, something that's a little more rigid if you want to do something else where you don't have to worry about your knees collapsing at the same time, like it's taking one piece out of the equation, I guess, if you're trying to focus on something else. So if you find that, you want to practice on your own and find something that is kind of that more solid knee spacer so that you can do your triangle point press downs and things like that without your knees collapsing in towards each other, I would say that that's one thing that you don't have to worry about then while you're doing it, right? So, as I say, grab a pillow or a blanket or whatever, but something like this is actually more ideal if you have it. So you can kind of scrounge about your house and see if you can find something that works a little better if you're doing this as homework. And
That's not like that.
Sorry.
I said I've got a ball like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
the bottom of the feet thing, I can hardly feel my feet at all. So that was really hard. The 3 points of the feet, noticing what's going on. And the butt squeeze, my muscles in my butts are almost non-existent. So that's really difficult too.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, if
You
we were,
sound just like me.
yeah,
Do you have spina bifida?
I have hereditary spastic paraplegia.
Okay.
mhm. If we were doing this as individual sessions, I'd probably have you doing, you know, some lying down exercises that could engage some of those muscles without a bunch of other things happening at the same time. But in a seated position, this is kind of our, you know, some of the best things that we can do. The other thing, just real quick, that I might mention to you is I don't know if you're wearing shoes right now or not, but we do have more like tactile feedback from our feet if we have bare feet. So if you usually have shoes on and you want to try bare feet and do the foot press one day, it might be interesting to kind of get the variation between the messages that are sent to your brain with foot press bare feet versus with shoes on.
Cool. Any thoughts about the butt muscles non-existent?
One of the first things I can think about right now is if, and this is a positioning thing too, so I don't know if this is available to you or not, but if you were lying down on the bed and you had your knees bent and your feet on the bed, I don't know if you can kind of set yourself up in that position where your legs are stable enough to stay. Again, that ball might come in handy at your knees to keep them kind of in alignment. To do butt squeezes that way gives us just a little bit, you know, we don't have the pressure already on our butt then, right? Like we do when we're seated. So I think you might find that you get just that little bit more squeeze and release ability from a lying down perspective. It's kind of like the start of doing a bridge if you've ever done any bridging in physio or exercise classes. So that first piece, your butt doesn't have to lift off the bed. That's kind of next step, but just even to do the squeeze and release there, I think will give you, and maybe not even squeeze and release, like maybe squeeze and hold if you can get those muscles to kind of engage and hold for, you know, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, something like that. That'd be a good starting point for that one.
Thank you.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks, guys.
Bye for now.
Week.
Bye.
Yes, see you guys next week.
All right.